News of Lu Ju breaking through to 9 Leaves has shaken the entire world. Welcome to My Disciples Are All Major Villains, episode 430. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember to hit the notification bell so you won't miss any new uploads. Lu Ju looked at the kneeling Sai Wei'ai and said in a deep voice, "Who allowed you to leave the Jade Slip Cavern?" Sai Wei'ai pressed his forehead to the ground and admitted his mistake. He explained that the barrier outside the cavern had vanished, and in his desperation to rescue the evil Sky Pavilion, he left the cavern. He insisted he never intended to escape, and begged his master to judge fairly. Lu Ju snorted with disdain. "Rescue them? Based on your level of cultivation?" Sai Wei'ai felt his throat tighten, and couldn't speak. Lu Ju continued, "Do you think the 7 major sects would be suppressed by you?" The question rendered Sai Wei'ai speechless. In this world, everything was decided by strength. The 7 major sects had come determined to fight to the death. No amount of persuasion could make them retreat. After witnessing the battlefield at the foot of the mountain, his confidence had already wavered significantly. The 7 major sects dared to besiege 9-leaf cultivators. How could such forces be controlled by minor weaknesses? At this moment, Ling Luo, Hua Wudao, and the other evil Sky Pavilion disciples had also returned. When they arrived at the Grand Hall and saw Lu Ju standing there, everyone bowed. "Greetings, Pavilion Master." "Greetings, Master." The moment Ba Jia landed, he shouted loudly, "Master is pitilessly mighty, unmatched under heaven." With a 9-leaf appearing, who would dare challenge him? His blatant flattery made everyone's scalp tingle. Duan Muxing immediately rushed forward and kicked the fat Ba Jia. Everyone watching was delighted. "Good job. We've wanted to teach that brat a lesson for a long time." Pan Zhong also nodded in agreement. Lu Ju glanced at them, stroked his beard, and said, "Take him away." "Yes." Sai Wei'ai respectfully followed Zhu Qifeng back toward the Jade Slip Cavern. Lu Ju raised his head and glanced at the night sky. He had intended to give further instructions, but it was already too late, so he simply said, "Dismissed." "Farewell, Pavilion Master." "Farewell, Master." Lu Ju flicked his sleeve and headed toward the Eastern Pavilion. With a 9-leaf present, who would dare move? Everyone held their breath, maintaining their bow, including Ling Luo and Hua Wudao. In the imperial capital of the Divine City, inside the Evergreen Palace. In the study, the current emperor, Liu Cheng, was writing continuously, dipping his brush into ink as he worked. Suddenly, hurried footsteps approached. Before the imperial attendant could even enter, he knelt outside the study. "Your Majesty, the scouts report that the 7 major sects have been completely wiped out by the evil Sky Pavilion. They had no power to resist." Liu Cheng had assumed the battle would end in mutual destruction. No matter how strong the old demon was, he shouldn't have been able to withstand so many experts attacking at once. Even the ancestor Chang Yang of the Duanlin school had taken action, prepared to trade life for life. Injuring the old demon shouldn't have been difficult. But no power to resist. Liu Cheng frowned deeply. "Repeat it." The imperial attendant, voice trembling, repeated, "The 7 major sects, or rather, even Cloud Sect, were completely wiped out by the evil Sky Pavilion, without even the slightest resistance." As soon as he finished, Liu Cheng struck him, blowing his head apart. This wasn't the first time such a scene had occurred. Imperial attendants often died this way. Being close to the emperor meant being close to a tiger. Though Liu Cheng appeared stable on the surface, once he erupted, no one could predict what he would do. How could this happen? Did Sai Wei'ai and Yu Xinghai return? Liu Cheng speculated. That seemed the only explanation. The imperial attendant swallowed hard, and finally spoke the words he had repeated in his mind 100 times. "The old demon has ascended to 9 leaves." This time, Liu Cheng didn't ask him to repeat it. His body went stiff, as though his soul had been knocked out of him. The study fell into complete silence. The atmosphere became suffocating. It was the first time the imperial attendant had seen the emperor so utterly stunned, and cold sweat ran down his back. After an unknown amount of time, Liu Cheng finally asked, "What is the progress of the Golden Lotus severing?" The imperial attendant reported, "Your Majesty, 10 people survived. One of them has begun attempting to open leaves again." "Good," Liu Cheng said, trying to steady his emotions. What about the battle in Liangju? The people of Nuli and the Nether sect are fighting fiercely. Yu Jinghai has already reached Liangju. For the time being, the Nuli people won't be able to stir up any trouble. This time, the attendant spoke smoothly, without stuttering. After hearing this, Liu Cheng picked up his brush and dipped it in ink. Then he wrote 2 characters, unify. The final stroke of the character, Tong, lifted slightly. A whooshing sound echoed as the character seemed to come alive, turning into a golden seal of light. It shot directly toward the imperial attendant kneeling at the doorway, his pupils shrinking in terror. In an instant, it pierced through his body. Without even looking at him, Liu Cheng wrote 2 more words, 10,000 clans. After finishing the words, he set his brush down and said coldly, "Take him away." A voice responded immediately, "Yes, Your Majesty." Another eunuch rushed in. The attendant's corpse had a gaping hole in it, his eyes wide open. Even in death, he didn't understand why he had been killed. Yu Jinghai had plunged the 9 provinces into chaos. How could it be no trouble for now? Wasn't that insulting the emperor? The eunuch silently covered the dead attendant's face with a sheet of paper and had him dragged away. Then he placed the paper over his own face, taking the dead man's place. The Divine City was the most prosperous place in the Great Yang Empire, and the most well-informed, so it was natural that Liu Cheng was the first to receive news. In this world, no wall can block the wind. The great battle at Golden Summit Mountain could not be concealed from the world. Soon, news that the Evil Sky Pavilion's master had ascended to 9 leaves spread throughout the Divine City, and then across all 9 provinces. Overnight, the Evil Sky Pavilion became famous across the land once again. At a relay station in the Divine City, several cultivators drank while discussing the news. An old man with a crude look and a battle axe on his back raised his thumb. "No wonder it's the place I admire most. If I could join the Evil Sky Pavilion, I'd gladly give up 10 years of my life." Another person mocked, "Please. With your trash talent, they wouldn't even want you as a servant pouring tea." Everyone burst into laughter. Cultivators who already supported the Evil Sky Pavilion became even more fanatical, while those who opposed the demonic path fell into silence. At this moment, a refined-looking man asked, "May I ask, is there truly a 9-leaf expert?" The other man replied, "Brother, you must be from somewhere far away. The founder of the Evil Sky Pavilion is indeed a 9-leaf, there's no doubt about it." This left the refined man puzzled. Did he sever the Golden Lotus? The other replied, "Probably not. The Golden Lotus severing method only recently appeared in the cultivation world. Very few survive it, and it takes a long time to open leaves again. So I suspect the old master has another method." The man in black lifted his cup and drank it all. Someone next to him nodded. "Exactly. Severing the Golden Lotus is just one method to reach 9 leaves. I've heard that some great sects are studying ways to skip lotus condensation entirely when stepping into the nascent soul stage and open leaves directly. Some even use pills to bind the lotus. New methods appear every day." The nearby cultivators all nodded. The refined man smiled, thanked them, and left. He was none other than Yu Shangrong, the second disciple, currently on his way back to the Evil Sky Pavilion. That concludes episode 435. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next video.